have to look at the Aegis select here on Haven. We've seen this from BBL, and it's been an absolute masterclass. So in regards to whether or not we're going to be expecting any changes, it's already answered. The Neon and the Yoru coming through as usual.
It's almost the same. Like, it's just Glyph that is permanently on that Astra. He's been having incredible impact. Like, seriously, his utility is very, very good. And as I was saying, Mini had not been playing on the Cypher, but he's back now. It doesn't matter. He is an absolute brilliant Sentinel, and we know it. It was only a matter of time. So really looking forward to see how, again, the most important is going to be and has to be that double duelist.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm really looking forward to seeing this head-to-head of each double duelist, because of course they've got a Neon on each side, they've got a Yoru on each side. Who's going to dip one another? I think that's the most exciting thing for me. I think as well, Lover's Rock has been such a highlight on those scoped weapons. I'm thinking about the Operator and things like that. How quickly can they get that activated, especially starting on this defensive side?
Yeah, it's very important to like find the gaps and whatnot and try to force out the Operator. BBL have been so good, and I mean so good in bonuses. It doesn't matter if they win the pistol or if they lose the pistol. I think that they have bested most of the teams. And we have seen, not only in the map that we saw earlier, but also throughout the entirety of Kickoff, the amount of times that teams just rampage over a snowball after, you know, having a strong start of the half. So to me, that is important. Also understanding the importance of the Outlaw, of the Snipers, and of the Operator. For both of the teams, I would say, one to abuse it and the other one to counter it.
Yeah, definitely. I think mates, they're going to have to really figure out how to deal with that very early on, because we've seen Lover's Rock be a nuisance with it throughout this. And I think BBL are a roster that when you give them even an inch of confidence, they will run a mile with it.
And this is a marathon, so you want to be as conservative as possible with your energy, but you also want to give yourself the best start possible. And BBL are looking to give themselves that on their map pick Haven. But we're ready to head into our first map of the first finals here at VCT Kickoff EMEA. Gentlemates against BBL with our casters Pansy and Hypoc.
We will do our best for you to kind of put, I guess, the spotlight on the two teams that a lot of people did not think would be in this position. No. Me included, the start of this, if you told me Gentlemates up against BBL...
I'd have sent you home.
Yeah, I probably would have been taken home at that point.
Call it off.
Wrap it up. But I think both of us have been thoroughly impressed by the journey here. I think mostly we had our eyes towards BBL, right? The story that everyone can get behind.
Yeah, the journey, one thing, again, to beat out Fnatic and Vitality to get here, but it's the story behind this, how hard they've worked to get here. And on the other side, Gentlemates, a team that, again, in terms of the name in VCT, and one of the most insane redemption arcs to come through, get through comfortably to this final now to face off against BBL.
Yeah, and redemption is such a great word for it too. I think that we've seen some of these players historically, right, having to reprove themselves, fight back to a stage like this. And BBL starting out on the defending side, Gentlemates on the attack. Similar looks and similar starts already. Pressure and pace is the name of the game.
Going to be an exchange here towards side. Rose actually opting to stick around, so Gentlemates, meanwhile, will try and pressure towards Lover's Rock here.
Yeah, going to get that first contact. Needs to not get overwhelmed. Does have support, but look at the damage being taken. Glyph already going to drop the first body. But the battle breaks down. Rock breaks up where he left off. This guy is the real deal. Bippo, it's so far away. He was kind of starting that fake towards the A side, really trying to cause those rotations. But fast work from BBL has got them on the right side of the map and got LaRock online early.
Heads up to still have people in position. Revan obviously tagged up, but only down to 70. LaRock actually with the same HP. But a huge task ahead of Bippo here. Spike obviously firmly in control of BBL here for the pistol. Has to find this first one cleanly and won't. Spotted now on the swing. Just brutal to open up Haven here. A 1-0 start and something potentially indicative of how Gentlemates want to play here in terms of pulling rotations, applying a ton of pressure early on, but BBL don't look phased initially.
Well, they can match him step for step, right? You've got the Yoru,
They're happy to play like this, yeah.
You guys are tough, brother!
Hey, look, do you remember, Starza was giving it, right? Over in Ascension, he was giving it large. If he was feeling better, if things had aligned, hopefully he's feeling good today. No excuses, right? But for BBL, they're going to sit there and obviously lap that
They
up.
welcome that sort of challenge.
All right, simple stuff this round, though, Mike.
No investment, just classics. Greven actually going to find the spam onto Martine here.
I must wait a moment.
Man advantage for BBL once more. Actually, just picking up freebies here.
It's straight farm, isn't it? And again, you're looking at ults. Who's made the biggest progress? Obviously, LaRock. So if he can keep that going, that'd be fantastic going into that buy round if they can build even further, potentially. About halfway to getting that through. But with Starzo and Bippo still around, they'll take their time here. Opportunity's not really calling, if I'm honest.
I mean, Rose has backed away from A, but lack of information on that side. Obviously, Starzo and Bippo have to try and make a decision. Spike noted now in mid. Just Bippo left. Potentially going towards an AWP here, but has been taken already. Rose will happily pick up. And already the body shooting starts.
I love it. I'm so down for it. Because this was one of the exciting things for some of the teams coming up from Ascension and kind of playing around their market. They were fiery, man. You saw it with BBL, you saw it a little bit with Gentlemates as well to a degree, some of these players. And then obviously even Ulf when we were talking about it, but seeing these guys already kind of kicking that off and making sure they're sending a message, right? This is the first big pressure game.
I mean, yeah, it's sending a message for sure. Unfortunately, I mean, there's a real chance the rest of Gentlemates become collateral damage in terms of the tension down on the stage. We actually have a brawl out for C-Long here. LaRock again going so deep.
Yeah, but again, you set that bar. You put the aggression to them. You got your boys backing you up. That's already 3 kills. They're not getting a look into this map.
And the round's all but over. The first 20 seconds here. Martin and Starzo now left. The 2v5 situation. The bonus conversion, on the cards. Lovers Rock already repositioning here. And both full shields, so we'll take 2. He's going to get them both.
They're absolutely on it. Seeing the other player too, so this is great information. Now we look at experience. Obviously it feels light when it comes to these two teams, but there is with Gentlemates, far more so. Those 3 players, you could argue, have a lot more stability, understanding, also pluri-played in far more best of 5s than BBL would have. So again, for now, Martin, going to get 1. That's grabbing down, but this is a bonus round for BBL, so they're happy to play into this.
Yeah, these are consolations until we get down to maybe 2, but
30 seconds
not much time left on the clock now to try and find a recovery. Headshot onto Lovers Rock, but Martin also takes a tag.
They're trying to play a little safe off the flash, but the bounce off the wall is still going to connect it. 10 HP is rough. Oh man, he's surrounded. This is getting a little sketchy. 13 seconds. Let's see if he can even get... Oh, that's one way to do it. There we go. Shock dart done. 3-0, barely dropping bodies. The tone is here, Mike, right? And it's aggression, it's no respect, it's in your face. LaRock's 5-0. He was straight down C-Long.
I don't think BBL are going to back away from any of these sorts of early engagements. So maybe an opportunity for Gentlemates to set the precedent in the pistol round, but again, stripped away from them. Already looking really comfortable down on the stage. Yeah, Loiter up at 4-0 as well. There's going to be some pistols invested here. Lovers Rock going forward once more.
Oh, baiting off just the tap. This is so sick to watch. This is the synergy that you love seeing with this side. Small ideas and it's working wonders. Another body drop for LaRock, and you're right, it is only pistols, but the tone and the tempo stays the same. It's this almost overwhelming amount of pressure. Nice shot from Martin. Really the only one to be maybe having an impact so far. 2 kills to the name, but could create some space off this.
Get a plant through here at least. Drone will come from heaven.
Spike planted.
Rose will spot at least here. LaRock looking to make some early pressure back onto site here, but Martin with a double!
There he is! But Starzo's going to have to pick up the pace too. Corner retreat. There's no falling away from them. They'll hunt you down. Credit where it's due. Martin put in a shift that round.
Certainly putting some numbers up already, but doesn't amount to anything. He's already here. A little bit consideration there, actually, on the reaction cam. Rose just keeping the troops in check.
I love that, though. Just on the tap of the orb.
One enemy.
I'm not even sure where Martin got that from. We saw it off camera on the previous, but... And yeah, curious to see what was it. Again, because as soon as the first blood comes through,
Come into the
back away and a little bit of pressure onto site.
One thing I will say, Starzo 0-4 so far, feeling a little bit of that other side of the pressure that he tried to put on them at one point. Needs to get that ball rolling now, right? A delayed beginning, so the conversion of the bonus. They're back on the buy here. They have an ult with Martin to play with. Starzo's 2 away.
Wow.
2 away from Glyph as well.
Issue being Lover's Rock, an operator here for this buy round. The Rock trying to go forwards once more. The stun's going to be brilliant.
They don't stop, man. They've been finally denied, finally slowed down, but there is layers. Rose actually going to deny following this up.
Beepo's tagged as well.
Good read. Does get outdone, though. Beepo does take him down. Sight now maybe under pressure. This is the first fight back from Gentlemates. Loiter getting a little lost in the sauce, but the paranoia is fantastic. Good fought from Martin. Good trade. Sight's there's 2 players spotted going in towards Hell. Don't know if they're going to be able to get out of this. Starzo with the plant. Creven up towards Heaven. No one being able to be seen falling back yet. They've got a good idea. Can't land the shot. Great double swing. Now Creven has to go into a 1v3. Not going to happen. Martin at the helm for Gentlemates.
Another 3K for Martin. Trying to drag Gentlemates online here on map 1. Again, good indicator. They're not backing away from these sort of fast, pacey hits. Able to isolate this first blood as well. Where
Stun was huge.
The Rock just has absolutely no business. Again, the stun looked great, but the response brilliant from Gentlemates.
Yeah, Beepo's stun just coming in, setting them up to deal with that aggression. Fantastic. But they need to do that, right? They've got to kind of temper this aggression, this confidence. That's got to be part of the checklist now. You can't take anything too lightly. Pudge still in play, and Lover's Rock with that operator. Martin's got one on the other side. And we know the aggression's going to be here. Barrel noted. How long do they play on this?
One thing that was brilliant to watch was actually Lover's Rock and Creven the ones to create some question marks in mid previously. Versus Vitality. Martin actually going to back away from this. Rose not catching Beepo on the deep exploration past the orb. Actually, Spike in the hands of Starzo indicates they might hang around.
Yeah, he's a little bit ahead of the pack. That's my only worry, but Rose is alone, right? There's still that main focus towards middle for BBL. So
well, this is the sort of things they were doing. Again, mid-rounding, so confident to explore mid after initially finding contact, noting obviously the operator.
Yeah.
They can revert back into this very, very rehearsed A-side retake.
Now, Lover's Rock going to be investing the ult this round. There is one towards Sewer.
Yeah, got a paranoia to post off this as well.
Let's see. There we go. Stun that. The Glyph even better. Couldn't quite get the second. So close, but now in trouble. Outdone by Martin. This is already so high tempo. 3v3. All going to come in. Give away the game. Paranoia is primed, sent through. Beepo does well to catch Loiter on the push-up. Now down to the 2. Creven and Rose got to get a move on if they want this. But Gentlemates have the numbers, but they don't have the position. Creven should have that one. It's Rose to claim it, but time is ticking. Creven has to face the music. Gentlemates find the cure to their woes.
Weather the storm in this round. A couple of players from Gentlemates going over and above to swing this back in their favor. So much pressure on the back lines, and that is such a beautiful shot. Again, it's Martin. Look at the commitment to deal with that pressure. And BBL, like I said previously, showed how willing they were to explore the map, take that space away, really get behind some of these early drifts away from a default. But Gentlemates able to stick the landing here on a second, and BBL still with a purchase, but it's not without gaps.
Ooh, you can feel that momentum swinging, right? You can start seeing the Gentlemates again to be able to play their own game. Does this land well? I think we've got a... No tag on that. Bloody hell, he was close on that, though. I don't think he knows how much so. But a quick rotation and fast pace is going to be the name of the game again. Let's look at this retake. Any tools? LaRock's got a couple of bits and pieces, but
decent
still,
util.
Good util to play with. Gentlemates have to be ready for this flood.
Going to be a flash coming through here, and the pressure coming through Garage needs to amount to something.
And here we go indeed. LaRock instantly denied, but the trades come in. BBL are starting to clear through the side. What remains? Glyph, who hit that banging shot before. Now onto the side, mini gets cleared. It's all on Glyph. What a shot!
5 HP and 4 kills on the round. Gentlemates tipping the scale back in their favor. Will break the money. Force a BBL timeout as well. and almost knocked the wind out of BBL.
Love that. Martin might have started the fire, but Glyph is right there with him. Looking at this, the positioning to get away with it, right? Finding two, swinging out on that third, and then be able to convert this. Just gorgeous.
Ice cold as well.
Love that.
Standing up to the challenge.
And this is great, though, because we see the best then brought out of BBL, because I feel like a couple of teams have maybe capitulated under that tempo and pressure, right? Not understanding how to deal with it. And you can't deny the teams they've dealt with. Vitality, Fnatic, I mean, they've taken on the big dogs to get here.
They've really kind of encompassed that nothing to lose sort of mentality.
Correct.
It's like, guys, why would we be scared? Why would we not come here and do what, you know, how we like to play the game and ultimately rely on that confidence? Obviously, just talking about Glyph previously, again, somebody for me that probably feels like the unsung hero, but
Absolutely.
already we're seeing examples in Haven so far where he's just so reliable in these situations to find a kill or two and potentially put Gentlemates in a position now to tie things up. And already just an explosive start to Haven.
It's just what we wanted, but
Yeah,
I like what you said, though, that there's been nothing to lose for BBL, maybe until now. The reality check of actually seeing Santiago on the horizon, it does change the dynamic.
Can make or break
Before now,
make or break a team. This sort of pressure, best of 5 as well. It's a
it's
completely different ballpark.
Yeah, let's see. Taking that timeout. 4-3, still in the lead, but obviously this purchase is going to be lacking. And for Gentlemates, we've already felt that change of confidence.
Anticipating some aggression here, so Gentlemates early default rely on spamming off a lot of these angles. Lover's Rock already positioned deep into sewer. Does have a weapon. There are sheriffs elsewhere. Gentlemates considering their approach, and it looks like they might actually be toying with the idea of a B hit here on the anti-eco.
Yeah, the rock's there, but I think he's decided he doesn't want to shoulder that completely. Sitting towards that connector on C side with the smoke there. Do they swing it? Is there anything to maybe instigate this? There it is. Dart goes in, stun to follow, wall up, and away we go. In towards backside, already handled Glyph. You said it's safe. Four hands! More than safe! Deadly! There's Loiter and Lover's Rock. Very few opportunities. They're already pivoting.
Yeah,
they're going to head over towards C.
And 3 kills, basically run of the map here. Find themselves a clean plant here onto C. Just Loiter and Lover's Rock left to try and recover here. Do have an upgrade. Loiter's got his hands on a rifle.
Yeah, but I like this. Looking bullish, right? Like Gentlemates wanted to send that message right back to him, and they are. Mini gonna get on the board here, leaving just Lover's Rock being hunted down. Gentlemates want him dead, and he is. Gentlemates scoring nice and even now, 4 apiece.
Gentlemates showing they're up to the challenge today on this opening map. Glyph again, man. Again with the sight lines cut. To be able to just stand on his own 2 feet here. Yeah, BBL looked lethal in some of these lesser purchases. Now with obviously something to get up and shout across the stage. One of the tests that ultimately every new team has to go through. In terms of that stage dynamic, can BBL find
This is
a response here after 4 unanswered?
Oh, this fake's going to be interesting because it might catch the man in middle, but Gentlemates, yeah, coming out on top. Perfectly made plans here, reading it excessively well. Craven, lovely shots, going to keep it within touching distance, but it's still a 2v3. The Rock and Rose having to maybe navigate something that could be impossible. Spikes could be on site pretty soon.
Yeah, question marks though of everybody slipping through to back site. Stars are already disconnecting.
That's going to be heard, though. It's going to be heard and done for. Gentlemates are in control. That feint towards C, that read on middle, they've got BBL's number.
Absolutely. Craven, previously a player that's been able to anchor from this garage position, just isolated here. And no real bailout. The mid-exploration amounts to nothing. Martin actually finding a kill at exactly the same time towards backside on C. When they receive this mid-pressure.
Nice! Come on!
Lovely little set piece behind the divide here. Gentlemates still starting to innovate a little bit with some of these set pieces. And easy to miss some of that in terms of this pace, but again, broken by here from BBL. Already stacking players towards a Beautiful read on what's about to happen. What can Lovers Rock get done?
And nothing more.
What's he got done with both of
How
them?
did he get two there? Bebo trying to take back sight. Might be his. It is Loiter. Yeah, we'll get one, but by now, surely sight's lost. A quick pivot, and they're happy to be mobile. They're not overly just running into sights in case there's a stack. There is still a player on the other side.
I was going to say, usually this sort of round where Kreven's got a rifle, he's been able to make a final stand, but with just a classic, you've got to say the odds are stacked against him.
Yeah, certainly not in his favor here. And I actually quite like the fact that Gentlemates are not really taking any chances. I like they're happy to work the map. I think that they've had a bit of a rude awakening. They've answered back in perfect reaction. Loiter. This would be near on miracle levels here. I mean,
Not sure of exactly what the sidelines were there or the angle past the box. We'll try and find Martin first.
man, Martin's been so good as
Another
well.
three-piece for him. Show me those first two.
Please. They did not feel easy to land.
I thought it was potentially the second player. Just peeking around the end of long. Oh! Again, the timing on the peaks is what you see in slow-mo here, how the synergy of BBL is, yeah. But still able to find both of these.
Martin.
Sitting at 13 and 7 right now.
Nice.
Rewarded potentially with an operator's here, toying with the idea, but does have a rifle as well. Beepo stunned up here. Lovers Rock nearly on that angle so quickly. Ready to pop out of this mid smoke here.
Cover going out.
Yeah. Loiter. Waiting with the paranoia. He rose to be rewarded, but he's actually backed. But they all just walk through, jumping on the smoke there, just hoping maybe get a chance on it, but the aggression never ending, apparently. Unrelenting as Beepo goes for a fight, maybe a bit too far. Getting a bit ahead of yourself there. And they continue. This feels a bit too much for me. I know the momentum's there. I know they want to maybe double down on it and get some security on one of those connector sides, but I felt a little without direction, which has opened up a chance now for BBL, hopefully in a, 4v1. They don't make mistakes here. Glyph's already proven his danger, his value, and BBL giving away back.
Maybe just a chance for Gentlemates to dismantle this mid-pressure early on or pop out of the smoke. It looked like they almost got away with the initial success, which is, I think it was Glyph. Yeah, Glyph crouched inside and maybe trying to catch Lovers Rock or Kreven making a play. BBL able to overcome them, bring it within one. Down 12, plenty of ults available here for BBL. The Rocks, the only missing on the side of Gentlemates. It's Martin and Mini. An early walk here down C long. And BBL still happy to roll the dice in some of these situations. Bit of space to play into, but a trip will keep them in check.
Right there.
There's been a couple of different looks from BBL in these rounds, quite hard to pin down sometimes, it feels like. We've seen mid-walks, we've seen stacks towards con side, we've seen a lot of different pressure points, but for now, Gentlemates do have access towards the B site. There's a lot of ults on the other side, though, so that's something to look out for. Does Rose maybe invest? No, he's getting instantly pressured. They want to try and pounce towards the connector side. Not a bad shout, but Bebo couldn't get away with it. So again, left out to dry, basically, at that point, but they do get the plant down.
Still Hunter's Fury here for Rose as well. Starzo desperately trying to put some U2 in. Actually, here comes the ult from Rose.
Yeah, trying to clear close, trying to clear deep. Going to be set up by that ult coming out from Lovers Rock, but they're losing out on bodies. Going to drop Mini, but now down Glyph and Martin, who've been great.
Fuse is
Two
coming.
heavy hitters. But
They don't know! They don't know!
They can't stop the defuse! Completely none the wiser! Tying it up at 6 apiece. Yeah, Martin might get the kills, but the round was BBL's. Just defusing under their nose. What a way to close out the first half.
Your body knows. A sense of victory. Seized when mind, movement, and gear ignite as one. Now, step into your zone. Designed to win.
I don't have any expectations going for kickoff, you know. I feel like as a team, we're quite ready. We're all of us, like we're doing all we can to play the best. So we're just all here to do our job, you know. We'll just make sure to play as good as we can, get the experience, and hopefully make it as far as we can.
Where is my camera? Here.
I mean, Stark, so he's a very energetic person, you know. He's bringing a funny mood for sure, you know. And he also like step up when it's needed, you know. He makes the job as a captain, so it's very important, I think. And yeah, the others, I think overall we're kind of like kind of funny team. Like a lot of us are like a little bit extrovert, you know, so we like to talk a lot, especially me and Stark. So yeah, for sure there's gonna be some funny clips coming.
And the one who's actually stepped up for me has been Martin, Mike. I mean, he was the kind of starting bit of hope, even in those lost early rounds, but then it just compounded. It kept getting better and better, sitting at 16-8 currently.
Yeah.
I mean, what an absolute talisman for this team.
Yeah, surely is. And returning to some of that form we've seen previously on this stage in EMEA, obviously a little bit of a dip. Yeah. Certainly finding his feet here for Gentlemates and being happy to be the front man, and especially in this head-to-head versus Lovers Rock, who's really just made waves in the region so quickly. Again, coming out the first half, all tied up at 6 apiece is, I mean, a crazy spectacle considering how both teams want to approach this series. We were just talking then in halftime about it. It's so refreshing to see this sort of coordination and approach to the game. Obviously, we've come through a bit of a meta change and some new names here to the stage. Absolutely taking that with both hands.
Well, I think you're right. They're some of the best adopters to it, right? They've adapted under these sort of formulas, and it suited them to a T. The tempo we're seeing, it doesn't feel like we're in EMEA anymore. So we go on to the other side of things. BBL on the attack, of course, that meaning Gentlemates on the defending side. And you thought you'd get a break, you won't. It's going to be pace from the start. And Martin, the one to get the reward.
Got the extra mile.
Through middle, and actually going to hold this for a second. This could be big for him.
Still got another few seconds here on the TP. Got to be conscious of the timing here because there's 3 members of BBL.
Oh, they're so aware. Very heads-up work from BBL to dig that deep, to clear just to make sure.
Drone from Rose will come through, potentially going to reveal the setup here, but Mini a little bit disconnected. It's Beepo on site.
A little bit worried about that corner to play from. He could have gotten caught there, doesn't. Luckily able to shift towards that back of
Spots
sight.
the second as well.
See two there.
That should be the rotation, yeah.
And I think you're absolutely on the money. And they still had that presence. But Glyph is here. That step's heard.
He's going to hear this, yeah.
Rotation should be coming in now. How much can Glyph do? They should be aware there is a gap. They should be aware there is someone who could slip the net. Does he know how surrounded he is? Can he take anyone with him? The answer is no. But Starso's made it here in time. Up towards heaven, he was kind of closer than the others. So the spike gets left on long, and now it gets a little bit tricky. I quite liked what Lovers Rock tried to do there, maybe dissuade this and deny the maybe consideration. There was a follow-up player, but Starso trying to put in a bit of damage. It's just down to 2 of them.
Mini and Starzo now have to regroup, and still pretty healthy on the other side of things for BBL. The smoke going to cause further issues for Gentlemates on the retake.
Yeah, what's the plan? They've actually dismantled that little kind of setup there, which does open up a small chance, but I think it's being shot right about now. It is Krevin there, just to make sure. Got a bit close, but across the line, and a good start for BBL in the second.
Absolutely, this is one of those rounds you look at where it's BBL happy to find a little bit of space, and look what they do with it. I mean, initially Lovers Rock takes so much space towards A, gets right behind Glyph again, even if the awareness isn't there. There's a second player in the form of LaRock to catch a kill and link.
Just great protocols with these boys.
Yeah. Chaotic protocols.
Yes, yeah. It feels so high risk.
Unorthodox is what I say, because he's just not used to seeing players, yes, gamble, but happy to really push even further on some of those very, very fine margins. BBL here, a slower approach.
Gotta go.
I don't think Beepo noted here, but the drone at least will keep him in check. You see Rose now relaying that information.
Oh, what a heavy lean, though, towards the A side of the map.
Yeah.
And it feels like BBL might be getting an understanding of that just by what they've seen so far. Lack of pressure on C-Long, no one jump spotting, no utility, no anything. So for now, I think they're getting the right read. And for Gentlemates, it was a gamble, right? You're going to take a bit of a gamble in this. As it stands, though, Krevin, the one to explore.
What does he spot, if anything?
Might just hear this. Glyph would be probably the worst player to find in a way because he was playing here before, but seen. Now, come on! You're meant to get one at best! How are you getting 3?
Oh my God. I was talking about him finding value in the lurks, and previously it wasn't necessarily kills. His passive information gathering was what won BBL so many rounds, but it's a 3K here with the Ghost on just a solo endeavor towards A. Like I said, even there, it's like kill 1, maybe spot 1 or 2 more.
That's cool.
I'll kill 3.
I'm getting 3 for you.
Kill 3.
And I was one who was willing to lose almost, right? He had just the Ghost, so why not? But bloomin' heck. And he's carrying on. If he can find these final few.
Yeah, not necessarily the highest value ultimate, but certainly take it if you can get it. By the last one here, and just hits him with the drive by Lovers Rock to clean up, yeah.
Take that for the old progress.
Just 3 points away now. Only the 1 casualty. BBL going to be lapping that up here. A chance to convert, a bonus. Similar to...
Oh man, you almost feel for Mini and A like damn.
Because again, that's probably the point where Gentlemate's like, right, we'll throw down a trip, we'll walk somewhere else. We either walk out A, clear lobby. So timing from Krevin, absolutely beautiful. But as said, chance here to convert another bonus, mirroring that first half. Rose with a scope in hand and call it rifles.
Oh, did he check that close left corner? I
don't believe so.
I think they saw Martin there. Now, whether or not that changes things is yet to be seen. Lovers Rock might be in a bit of a different position. However, the bulk of BBL are heading towards the A site. Mini's here, Starzo in support. Lovers Rock gets cleared. So now do they rotate? Yes, they do. They're going to pull their resources over towards that A side of the map here. Mini does well to find 1, tries to fire on the front line. Flash through the smoke, and they're going to go for the swing. LaRock beats him to the punch. 3v3. Site still not secure. Starzo up towards heaven. Spike yet to go down as well. That's a bit dangerous, but luckily able to keep their cool here. And LaRock, in the meantime, found Starzo.
Spike planted.
Unable to make a move out from CT just yet. Loiter, very tagged up with people on a wild. What?
I mean, he's gone for it. He's made it a 1v1 now, and look at what's left. Rose with that Outlaw up against Glyph, who's been clutch as hell.
Light shield for Glyph, though.
Oh, it's sketchy. It's hella sketchy here.
Another shock dart.
Trying to work this, and Rose knows he's got that shock dart to play with. Angles there. Gonna keep him humbled. Glyph now has to be brave, has to be bold, has to play it right. The barrel does so, doesn't matter. Brilliant! Calm, composed, and collects the round.
Another hand-delivered package from Glyph. Beautiful stuff from him under a ton of pressure here.
This, though, wild.
A little bit of a sense check on LaRock for sure. And Glyph, like I said, looking so composed. Once more in the clutch.
He's a great player. It's nice to see him finding his footing in a series like this as well. If that continues, what a prospect to witness. As we go right back into the action, there is no rest for the Wicked today. As BBL eyeing up that B site as a starter. Beepo just off the line.
Ever so slightly off with the placement there. Potential to catch one. Lovers Rock. What super Starzo's down. He was just shouldering.
I have the spike.
The audacity to just walk up there.
No respect given. Only earned in these scenarios, it feels like, with BBL. But Gentlemates have got clutch in them, man. We've been seeing it time and time again. You leave Glyph alive, you leave Martin alive, there is always a chance.
I know exactly.
This is all, though, to get the neural theft online to find out what's going on at A. Already BBL making moves. We'll have the information. Krevin will tuck in to the backside of B. Rose is there as well.
Yeah, this is a real split effort. The Paranoia, fantastic though. Really good timing on the scale up from this, but Mini's been able to get away with a bit of safety just playing from that cage. When does he swing? Now strikes, takes away Loiter, spins around, and Gentlemate's holding on to this well. It felt like maybe BBL overdoing it, leaving it a little too light on the site. So can they pull it together with just 2? The heavy hitters, you could argue, Lovers Rock and LaRock. Lock trying to be on bodyguard duty. Bebo does have ult. Still a bit of util.
Lovers Rock just got his ult. LaRock one away.
And here we go indeed. Again, LaRock can't deal with it. Bebo just going to be sending it in. Brilliant fall in the round.
Bebo's been so slippery in some of these situations. Again, here, stealing this one away from BBL. Again, with the information they had here, I think Mini, it's probably catching them off guard that it's a judge here in this situation. Again, able to just sit inside that cage for so long. Bebo fairly effortless clean up here with the ultimate. Still money in the bank for BBL. We'll see a purchase, 2 Guardians. Obviously, LaRock's ultimate to offset that slightly, should they feel it necessary. But 3 early on A side for Gentlemates.
Yeah, right read. Really good read. Starzo willing to challenge on this. Sticking around on the angle. I mean, you can see why. He has help behind him. But still, LaRock willing to try and take a little bit more of a risk here. Maybe walking that smoke together on the drop. They do.
Oh, don't want to drone there.
That's rotten luck. And they see Bebo caught asleep at the wheel. LaRock this time. Going to crack things open, but Martin, the final boss, stands guard. Stands tall, does eat the paranoia though. Trying to send out every piece of util to try and stay alive. But he's being hunted down. BBL want to clear back sight, but look again. There's so many bodies here. Rose digging deeper. Loiter on the swing. 1-2 punch. BBL back in business.
And showing the other side of the coin here, happy to toy with expectations. A very, very well-considered contact play up towards A. You see Starzo's just totally off in terms of the timing. And like I said, the expectations that BBL are going to be making massive waves towards sight. I think it's what Bebo just backing off that angle. Typically, again, towards the top of that ramp, you can hold for somebody to drone, but it's an audacious, ambitious drone from Starzo, but he wants to get that info deep into lobby. Clear past sandbags and... Oh! That was quick.
Oh, it was damn quick. Man, Gentlemates. God, it is just swings and roundabouts between these two. See LaRock's paranoia building that's on, could be trying to slip the net, but not the case. But on the other side, Lovers Rock. Bloody hell, yeah. Glyph had no idea.
Just taking liberties, man. Like, again, reading the setup perfectly, knowing where the space is, knowing where there's an opportunity. He's found a second already, potentially a few more, but Starzo to remove the threat.
Spike planted.
2v4, Sheriff's out. Smoke reinvested towards the connector side. And all off the back of some great space taken, and as you said, some audacious room gathered by them. Happy to take those high risk, high reward fights. Revan, yeah, going to be on for a sitter there. Now Starzo just looking to do what he can. And that's about it. That's about all she wrote there for that one. BBL making it up to 10. Gentlemates still with an opportunity for a timeout if they feel it necessary.
Yeah, I don't imagine it's probably a game plan issue.
Eesh.
I said, I don't think necessarily it's a game plan issue here that Gentlemates are struggling with, but this is just BBL.
Just awareness.
Yeah, able to switch. Just some of the slightest adjustments in terms of their approach to the attacking half, and I don't think Gentlemates are finding some space to play into, maybe get a little proactive here. You can see them stacking heavily towards A to be able to receive this sort of play, but again, if LaRock gets a freebie like that, it gives BBL just a free roam of the map.
Yeah, I think you're right. It is those small adjustments that can make a big difference here for Gentlemates as well. Just the, even just keeping in mind the timing for Starzo as well, being caught with that drone. These guys are going to be disrespecting smokes. They'll be taking space. They'll be taking these risks, willing to put body on the line, right? Which has suited this meta incredibly well. This has been something that's worked for BBL to this point. So for Gentlemates, just maybe a reminder, keep in mind that first half. It's switched, right? Round 5 onwards, it was a great run from Gentlemates. If they can get that adjustment right, if they can just get that tone set in their head, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, the concern being now they're up against the ropes in terms of the finances. Obviously, BBL now on double digits. It will be very awkward for BBL to find 11. Gentlemates be considering a lesser purchase or saving out, conceding a 12th,
Well, we've already seen
then
the
you're
light.
up against it.
Yeah, it's like every time you even just sit on the light shields, I'm starting to get nervous because how many times we've seen the
Yeah.
Outlaws come out. Anyone who's come up from Ascension has been loving it, right? Showing that validity over and over again. This time actually not going to have that worry. But a very different setup here. Looking far more reactive in position. Try not hold maybe that initial wave.
Well, the switch up being to focus elsewhere on the map, leave Mini on an island, but BBL just bulldozering towards site. Lovers Rock able to clear out all this space, probably identify where the util is as well.
Is it a pre-flush?
Well, they didn't deal with the trip.
Oh my god, he's lucky to be breathing still. Hunter's Fury going to come down and catch a tag there. Loiter, you lucky boy, being alive on 2 HP, but still alive, gun in the round. It's going to get chaotic. We have Hunter's Furies coming in from both sides of the map.
Rose ever so slightly off there. I think maybe still getting the tag onto Beepo.
Ooh, bloomin' heck, it's still 5 alive on both sides, but I mean, this is still feeling really, really sketchy. So the Divide going to come up now, trying to set them up to succeed. Lovers Rock going to play on the line. Shorty out, gets spammed out. Gentlemates finding their footing, floating back towards the side. Can't snap back in time. 5 standing. They pull off the perfect retake.
A chance here for Rose to do a ton of damage, but ever so slightly off.
Keep it up.
Again, if you could trim the fat a little bit here ahead of the retake, potential for BBL to come out on top here. Beepo will get, oh, I mean, the first kill's ridiculous, but again, snapping wrists as LaRock on the other side of it. Gentlemates will find a response when they absolutely need it. I mean, again, all 5 standing, so some money in the pockets. BBL on the other side, only 3 players safe in terms of that repurchase.
And I do want to compliment, talking about the kind of scaling and the synergy, we saw it perfectly there for Gentlemates as well. We've been crediting a lot towards BBL's side. That was a great example of what Gentlemates can do working as 5, right? That was a fantastic retake. Now, still a couple of ults to be played with here. Keely, LaRock's. Loiter's a little less essential in this, but look at the space again. Big switch up here from Mini.
Yeah, Gentlemates very, very active on the map right now, very mobile. And Mini in a position to potentially catch some steps, but has the support and Garage. They might explore this.
Ooh, the timing now. Mini does get checked on, but he gets away with it. Look at the counter swing from Garage. Martin waited on that contact, but they do suffer some casualties. It wasn't without loss of life. So, oh my god, he's trying to hunt him down! Talk about audacious. It's a classic from Martin. We've seen it before, but it's always brilliant to witness again. Creven, sadly, so behind the curve now.
Yeah. Knows, absolutely knows Lovers Rock is likely on his own there. And punishes, jumps on the opportunity to potentially find Gentlemates a 10th round. Has Creven's got anything to say about this in a 1v3? Not much time left to try and find a kill.
That's the ideal, isn't it? Try and get one, bring it down to a 1v2, but they're not letting him get away with much here. Very little information on the remainder spots out. Starzo expects a swing. He's right, but the numbers simply there. Yeah. Martin is on a meter.
Mr. Multi-kill today, another round delivered between him and Glyph. So many. Starting to get control of some of these rounds on the defense now, Gentlemates. Again, the switch up is clear. Happy to sit back and play in these rehearsed retakes or explore mid.
It was just such
being
a nice
the first
crunch.
priority, yeah.
Mini's contact almost felt sacrificial. It was great that he got one, but
there
it just
was
set that up.
4 players from BBL. I think 3 of them swing to the right on the window. And the timing, again, the stars align perfectly for Gentlemates in terms of when those 2 players get into Garage. Timeout called here for BBL. Now asking them to be the ones to adapt.
BBL, can you adapt back? This now becomes a bigger question than just the roster, right? We start looking at coaching staff. We look at depth.
Yeah, what's the depth? Exactly, yeah, to the playbook, to the overall ethos of how they want to approach the game. And again, for BBL, we've seen certain examples of Rose calling, again, like a player well beyond his years.
Absolutely. I don't even look at him as really someone to be instigating this. I want to see someone from, you know, being able to see a bit more holistically, ethos-wise, bigger picture as to how they want to adapt to this.
I mean, even today being the first time we've probably seen Rose kind of lay down the law a little bit in terms of cleaning things up. Again, on a round they won, certainly
That goes there.
would be interesting to understand the dynamic there in some of these timeouts.
Yes, this should do.
We'll see what the response is here for BBL.
Got to say, though, what a mad map one we're getting. This is a sick
So what you wanted from this,
already.
that you would call a grudge match.
Yeah, absolutely. It's bloody brilliant. Now, what is the plan from BBL? They still have a buy here. It is to be lacking with Kreven, but that's fine. They can maybe make their way around it. But again, La Rock's going to find Glyph. Mini on the case, going to try and buy some time. You can feel that pressure building. He's on a bit of an island, but he's going to try and isolate a fight on Loiter. Paranoia, a little late to the party, but he's still alive. Mini is somehow Houdini.
Nobody.
How is he alive?
Nobody came through to swear out the paranoia. Was that something else happening in Garage there to keep them at bay? Kreven has found, fails on the jump, but the TP going to come through all the way into spawn. Beepo posted deep here.
This is a huge moment for Beepo. He's been great in a couple of rounds, but this one could mean everything. You can see that paranoia in the back of his mind. And he's been punished, caught in between literally a rock and a hard place. He goes down for it. And even a body shoot mid-round in a 4v3, that's mad. Starkzo, though, can you punish this? That insolence. Walks middle on this one, and it's a great read. The timing may be unexpected, but they've been checking on this. They've been checking again, every time. They are so diligent on these clears. They've not been caught out. I thought that timing change of him late walking middle would have been enough. Not the case. But Martin, a shorty, if he had his ult, maybe I'd believe a bit more, but this is a lot to ask, even with that operator in hand. Does have Mini behind, but will have to give away position. So a couple eyes will turn. Martin needs a first. Can't land it. Nice try. Mini, no, gonna be caught. They tried to pressure both sides of this post plant, and no rewards to be found. And I think Martin knows it's time to back away.
Yeah, hold on to this operator. Money still in a tricky spot for Gentlemate. You can see here, Beepo down at 600, Mini down at 350, but should be able to spread the wealth a little bit. It'll be BBL to punch an 11th round on the board here.
Man, when you get up to 11, it starts to feel a little bit real there. A little bit tangible.
Actually won't hold on to the operator.
How did he go down there?
Oh, well, all the way in spawn, just outside the ceiling.
That's actually a pretty big loss.
Well, considering you'd want to...
Give yourself a chance.
I mean, thinking about it here, well, it would have been an extra purchase potentially. Beepo's not on his ultimate, so it's still a bit weird. I'm not sure actually if that timeout's called a little late based on that.
It might be, I don't know, but now you're hearing the opponents laugh at you, I'm not feeling it.
Maybe the discussion after the spike goes off here has prompted this timeout to be called.
Now? I guess because it's changed the buy coming into, you know, a very finite amount of rounds.
Yeah, and potentially the game plan.
Oh, this does get a bit tricky because, again, there's two players that I'm mostly worried about, which is Starzo's purchase and Glyph's, I think, was lacking.
Yeah.
Yes, and they actually are here. Looking at that, it's Judge and a classic so far, so I'm wondering how they round that out. But beyond it, they can get rifles.
I'm not sure what's happened just before the pause, but it's saying Starzo's spent, so I don't know if there's a gun on the floor somewhere or...
Oh, maybe.
We'll have to see exactly what they bring into this round.
Yeah. Beyond this, though, obviously the momentum back and forth here. I feel like we're starting to see both teams kind of, you know, hitting those peaks, and every single player starting to step up a bit here. But the question really now lands with Gentlemates. Can they keep going blow for blow? BBL breaking that 11th now, getting up to that nice scoreline, 12s, you know, within touching distance now. Minimum securing OT, right, which is a big feeling into map 1.
Yeah, so there was, again, Starzo's kind of been the big spender in this round, able to at least get everybody a weapon, but Glyph being the concern. But again, with a judge in hand, it sort of suits some of these crunches that BBL have relied on. It might just be played in here early on.
Well, if they go towards Garage, could be done for. Not going to give it away.
Oh,
Okay,
now they know.
And that's been two players noted. Should have heard the rifle and the judge there. So how do they react? That's early information to process.
Yeah, very quickly as well. First 10 seconds of the round, so BBL with the advantage here in terms of the information for the mid-round.
I like that re-clear, though, from Gentlemates, just making sure no one slipped Garage in that meantime. So going to put a little bit of attention behind that. But now the next pressure point for BBL, looking like they want to kind of at least maybe feign a more attentive look towards A-Long. On the other side, Beepo is there. Now drone middle, gonna see Kreven. That's 3 players. He's got to be careful. He could be on the
very
chopping block
careful.
here. They're going for this one too. They're actually gonna herd him into the corner. Kreven, do you understand what's happening? Mini takes his head. Big pick there.
And that calls the cancel on the A hit. But Mate's reading in that there's going to be some sort of explosion towards A. Glyph now conceding the space on the other side of the map. Rightfully so with the weapon.
Obscuring vision.
Yeah, they're still thinking it might be this A piece, maybe B potentially. But for Glyph, you can't really sit anywhere else. Like, this is the best opportunity he's got to just hold that deeper space.
30 seconds left.
For now, good read, good call coming out from BBL.
Good util in the post plant here as well. Again, advantage firmly in favor of Gentlemates here.
And that retake they had before on that A site was so well coordinated, it could happen again.
But they did the same thing on C, maybe a round or two later.
But look at this, wait, they're stacking up as 3.
left.
They're trying to take space on that CT side. That's where the judge still sits. BBL's wants and desires might be their downfall.
No.
Glyph, do you go for it?
Oh my God.
Play it cool. Oh, Lighter still got him. Great trade from Starzo. Keeping them at the man advantage, not letting it slip away yet. Fast pace through CT. They want that pressure and they want it now. Beepo goes forward. They cleared back site. It's from Garage. It's from Long. They still have Rose sitting down on that deep side of things. Trying to deny this defuse. Can't be done yet. Loiter on 2. Looking for potentially a 3rd here. Diffuse has started. Starzo isn't stopping yet. But neither is Loiter. Starzo! Diffuse comes in. It took nearly an ace to deny that. 11-11.
Still shock darts to play off, and Rose just under a ton of pressure, but Loiter nearly cleaning up with an ace. I want to see that from Starzo's POV, because that looked quick to get off. It looked like it was one of those situations like, full faith in my teammates. They've got me. Oh. Stealing a round away to tie it up. 11 apiece, still issues in terms of the finances here for Gentlemates. BBL back on a purchase, Rose being the only real gap in that.
They're trying to feign this massive B pressure, right? It's only one. Starzo goes hunting. Mini's going to find him. Rock's gone down. It feels a bit desperate, but can they maybe stick the landing on the C site? They're flooding early. Gentlemates, that may be too early, but no! Glyph on a great trade. Now Lovers Rock under pressure. Garage not under control. There's problems. BBL falling apart at the seams here. Lovers Rock and Rose, the last 2 alive. They've got the plant, but they do not have the numbers. Rose, that's audacious. Rose, gonna catch Starzo asleep. Can he get back in time to support Lovers Rock? Already down so low. Rose putting in a shift here, doing what he can, but a 1v2.
34 HP as well.
This would be monumental. And a headshot given out to Martin, it looked like. The 1v1 here, Lovers Rock down so low, but Martin has been absolutely lethal. 12, round on the line, Martin! Gets it done in time!
There's no easy task in any of these rounds. Coming right down to the wire here. But it's Mates to find map point first. Another clutch from Martin as well.
Oh, he has been monstrous this game, hasn't he?
Again, you're concerned in terms of the way that Laroc falls, but again, BBL still get the second objective, which is he clears space, they take site, but Gentlemate's just able to find a couple of kills that I don't think BBL are even expecting. They're waiting for them to stack up as 4, potentially 5, outside the site. Credit to Starzo in that regard and creating so much pressure from Garage. Again, Rose, the response is insane.
Yeah. I mean, what a map this has been so far. 12 claimed by Gentlemates. Hard 4-4-12. One of the only teams to deal with BBL's ability to be so explosive. And now the calm before this storm.
Nothing found here on the Garage exploration. Mates considering maybe exploring mid once more. Again, with a trip inside B, maybe no full commitment behind that. I'm looking at the minimap, that's just like the most lethal crossfire.
Yeah, don't go B.
So I think on the back of some contact here towards A, maybe 2 of these players going to drift out into mid. Martin, I don't believe, has a TP set up anywhere right now.
Shock dart.
Oh, that looks sketchy, doesn't it?
Maybe just pressure towards Rose, maybe with a Hunter's Fury somewhere if he doesn't use it on the exec.
Again, it feels like such a gamble, such a roll of the dice, leaving C fully open.
30 seconds
And
left.
actually, Bippo rewarded. Takes away Kreven, and they are going to just springboard on this. LaRock, can you survive? He is in the trenches, man. Rome's going to find Starzo. They're going to even it up to 4 apiece here. Plant on the way.
Bippo's
There's
still there.
someone, behind the wire. Bippo being one of them. Mini on the swing. Plant is finally down. 3v2. Bippo and Glyph. Can they do anything about this, or are we going OT in map 1? Glyph going to give him one from above. Bippo gets a one from short. And now Loiter in the 1v2 to deny. He can't